In the spotlight of Instagram, the lens focuses on what's youthful and new, and what's new is older. Diane Grissel is an unexpected influencer.
The word influencer is a funny phrase. I don't think of myself as an influencer. I think of myself as a creative person who's sharing intimate thoughts.
Her following started with a simple blog about living agelessly called Silver Disobedience. As a best-selling author, she provides daily doses of inspiration.
I'm Diane Grissel, and today I am reading to you from my book, The Silver Disobedience Playbook. Thank you for tuning in.
Silver disobedience. What does that mean?
Well, I have silverish hair, and that's how it started. But the disobedient part is that we should rebel against the idea that certain ages are too young or certain ages are too old. It's all right.
The average model debuts her career at age 16. Diane started 40 years later.
We should celebrate the fact that we are getting older. The fact that we continue to make it year in and year out.
That's how I look at it, Steve. I mean, hey, standing this way and being able to move is better than this way under the dirt.
Her posts include reminders that aging should be embraced with grace, confidence, and impeccable style.
When you see more than 200,000 followers, is that accurate?
It's bigger than that if we add up all the social media accounts.
What number are we looking at?
About 1.5 million.
That's like having a hit TV show.
It's amazing to me. It's amazing.
On a platform dominated by a younger generation, senior models are a growing trend. In fact, 50-plus models with more than 100,000 followers have doubled in the past 2 years.
Avoid moving in for extended stays of reflection. Take peeks into those windows, but don't linger.
Central in her success is her authenticity.
Know that the path we each walk is shaped from those experiences. Sometimes people will read what I wrote and come back with a totally different perspective that didn't occur to me. And they'll share things from their lives on how they interpreted my words and fit them into their life. You know, I often say if I was going to start it again, I'm not sure I'd call it Silver Disobedience. I might call it freetherapy.com. Because I have people saying, I've gotten more out of this than 5 years of therapy.
Using her infectious energy, she reminds us to honor the gift of life.
There are no boxes we have to sit in. You are born here as a unique individual. Show the world who you are. Let it all out there.
And Diane proves the golden years are not about winding down. It's about living it up.
People saying, I feel like you reminded me that I have a choice to do things differently. That this is my life, I can change it.
Williamsburg, Brooklyn is home to relics of yesteryear, and their purpose has been revived.
Something happens when you even see it. You kind of get this nostalgia that you don't even know you've seen it before, but you know that it's something that is meant for fun. When you sit inside, it transforms you. It's magic.
Will Davis has re-engineered his sidecar tour business into a delivery service of our most treasured resource, nurses.
My mother is in healthcare. When this thing happened, immediately it was just like this fear and angst. She works about 1.5 hours away from where they live in Brooklyn. So I couldn't help her. So I said, let me try to go ahead and let me try to help others.
At 5 a.m., as Brooklyn stirs, Will is disinfecting every surface for his next hero.
Every single morning, we sanitize every single thing. After every ride, we do that. When they step foot inside, they know that they feel safe.
It's a free service he's providing to keep healthcare workers going.
I knew this was a moment in history that was going to change everything. You got to make a choice in that moment. How do you want to remember yourself? And I wanted to remember myself as somebody stepping up to do something to help. Not because I wanted anything out of it, but just because it was the right thing to do.
Sidecars were created in the late 1800s as a way for passengers to ride a bike elegantly, and they've had a history with nurses. During times of war, these fast and nimble machines were perfect transportation for medical personnel traveling to the front lines.
And I thought, you know, we have 4 of these things. Why not use them to go ahead and to do the same thing? Take our infantry, our doctors, our nurses, our essential personnel to the front lines to do what they're doing for us. I mean, they're literally saving our lives.
A venture through New York City in a sidecar gives nurses a new perspective on the city they're saving.
Just kind of breathing, taken in New York City, you could see it actually had a effect on their stress level. What happens is when they're on the road, literally every person that sees them, it's almost like they want to, like the queen is coming through.
It's almost like you are ushering in royalty as you're driving them in.
People were clapping from the buildings in Manhattan. Not only are they getting to work safe, but they're also getting the hero's glory that they deserve.
Kindness manifests itself in many ways. A gift to be shared for free is rewarding for everyone.
Every single person matters. And if we each look in our lives to see how we can be kind toward one another, the world is going to be a better place. Just connect with people. Be kind to one another.
I want to be remembered for the person who never gave up. I have a lot of passion for this sport.
Michelle Lieberman was born to swim. She represented Israel in the European Championships and the World Games. Her goals were even higher until she tore the ACL in her left knee.
When it happened, a lot of question marks. And you don't know if you'll be able to go back to swim, if you'll ever be able to get back to what you were.
Through months of painful rehab, she was motivated by the dream of racing again and quieting her detractors.
I definitely had some people telling me, what makes you think that whatever you couldn't do for the past few years, you're going to do after a year of sitting out from a surgery? And I really wish I could see their faces.
Then her Israeli teammate, Aaron Greenberg, gave her one more note of good news. Her injury gave her one more year of eligibility in the United States if she could make it back.
And that's like, oh my God, you might actually be able to go back to school and finish what you started and finish it the way that you visualized it.
Now she had a goal and a plan and just had to reach. 8 months later, she was racing.
Give a statement of I'm back, and I'm back big.
On the road to recovery, Michelle and Aaron had gotten close. They'd become boyfriend and girlfriend. And when she triumphantly returned to Israel to race, the couple were also teammates in a mixed relay. That day, they broke the national record together. But the joy of standing on the podium was only eclipsed by what happened when they returned to the hotel.
The whole balcony was decorated, flowers and balloons, and my sisters were there and they were playing music, and I'm like, oh my God.
It was really hard to keep it a secret the whole week. While I was in Israel with a ring in my pocket, don't show her this.
So you just added more pressure to her by doing it before the finals.
Yeah, 100%. I was gonna do it after finals, and then I was like, I think it could be a good idea to just do it right now.
Instead of a distraction, it gave her a shot of adrenaline.
I did a best time. I won. I mean, what else? It was amazing.
Michelle became the Israeli national champion in the 50 fly, and that was the second best outcome of the day.
She was telling me for months, oh yeah, I'm gonna totally see it coming when you end up proposing to me. I'm gonna already know, it's not even gonna be a surprise.
It's crazy how life happens. One of the things that happened because of my injury was the fact that I met Aaron. I met my future husband.